A couple of lads have come straight over and gone, Fozzie, he celebrated in front of your GoPro. He's well out of order. He's bang out of order. He's this, that. And I'm just kind of going, yeah. Oh, this is going to look... I'm thinking of the title.
Ben, you're not just a goalkeeper. You're not just a pro footballer. You're a YouTuber. How's that happen? Tell us, sum up your channel.
Okay, so you might have gathered already, I'm just good at like waffling and just saying stuff and blah, blah, blah. And I think the beauty of it is having a GoPro in the back of the goal. People were massively drawn in by that. Like, they've never seen that from that angle before, kind of how I communicate with players, the stuff that actually goes on, how quick the ball actually goes in the back of the net and stuff. Then sort of give them a peek behind the curtain as well of what goes on a match day, kind of, because I think once a game finishes on the telly, you're watching it on Sky or whatever, like the game finishes, that's the end of the show. Do you know what I mean? You might get a few interviews or whatever, but I'll take my camera into the tunnel then, and then I'll take it into the changing rooms and I'll show you the lads buzzing and all that kind of stuff. And that for fans is like, it's gold. It's absolutely gold.
It is, mate. It is unreal. And like, I don't mean this as an insult, but I can't believe you're the first person to do it.
Yeah, I know.
So fair play to you. Like, the only way for me as a fan you can get better sort of, what is it, insight, access, like, is if an outfield player could do it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But even then, I don't know if it would be as good, because with you, at least the camera's on you the whole time. Yeah. How's an outfield player going to run around with a fucking GoPro?
Exactly. It would not surprise me that in, I don't know, 5, 10, 15 years time, you're talking about players having like little tiny button cams and stuff like that. And it would not surprise me whatsoever, because I think the reaction to it and the reception of just seeing those little snippets and stuff like that, like, don't get me wrong, I still have to be careful with the editing process. I have to make sure that it's all put out correctly. And I'm, like I said, I've been around football long enough to know what I can and can't put out. And at first the lads were a little bit skeptical. Don't get me wrong, they were. Like, you're holding a camera up in the changing rooms. It's like the safe space. No, you know what I mean? I'm holding a camera up and they're like, "What are you doing? Like, stop!" And I'm like, "Nah, lads, trust me." And then as it's sort of like grown and evolved, they see what I kind of put out and they know they can trust it. And now they're fully getting to ease with it.
How did you approach that when you first decided to do it? Did you just take the camera in, or did you say to the boys first?
Yeah, I had to tell them, like, listen, this is what I'm doing, lads. I'm going to do this, right? And we'll just see where it goes. And like, I had to say, listen, I won't ever stitch you up. I promise you, I will not stitch you up. I will not make you look like this or that or whatever. And they, like I said, they were fully skeptical, because it's a safe space. You get into the changing room, that's where you can just chill and get on your phone and blah, 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 and you're chatting rubbish and stuff. But no, they're fully on board. They absolutely love it. They buzz off watching it just as much as a lot of people do. And it's a good laugh. It's nice and easy to do as well.
I love it. I do love it. How has the reception been publicly? You must have had some negative. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you can't, like, that's what comes with the territory of being a footballer as well, because I know for a fact on a Saturday afternoon that whether we win, lose or draw, somebody hates me because I might have saved a shot, or the opposition teams have lost because I've made saves. So I'll get abuse either way. So I'm fully used to it, honestly. But I think, like you say, as long as the GoPro doesn't actually make it the main story. So like I said, as I was saying earlier about the Swansea thing, where that kind of overrid the sort of the result of the game.
Yeah, do you want to explain what that was? If someone out there.
So basically, we played against Swansea and we ended up losing the game 2-1. And for the first goal, one of their players, Jamal Lowe, actually ran over to the camera in the back of the goal and kind of pointed at it, celebrating kind of thing. And obviously the media picked up on it. They do interviews after the game and they're all buzzing off it. Oh my God, you celebrated in front of the thing. And so obviously it garnered a bit of like media interest before the video even came out. So as soon as the video comes out, boom, everybody wants to see it. But literally, he just points at the friggin' like, but still go watch it, honestly. Make sure you watch that video, all right?
He definitely could have done a better celebration.
Definitely could. Like I say, like a Klinsmann. I can't wait till I can do a Klinsmann in front of it. It's going to be world class.
It's like he got scared and he was like, do I?
What's
If you save a penalty, have you celebrated into the GoPro yet or not?
No, I have never crossed my mind. Like I said, I don't want it to get to the point where it's like override the game. You know what I mean? I think then you're opening yourself up to way too much negativity then, because that's on the forefront of your mind. You know what I mean? Like more important than the game that's actually going on and doing your job kind of thing. So there is a fine line that you've got to tread a little bit, I think.
What was your reaction when that guy, Lowe, did that? Like, because you put a tweet out saying that moment when you're debating like keeping it in the edit or not, and I as a fan of the content, that really piqued my interest, because I was like, surely, because I know content, like you have to keep that in. There's no way that was ever getting cut out. But were you kind of like, obviously you let a goal in, that shit, but like, were you kind of buzzing that he did that for views, or did you take it personally and was a bit annoyed by it?
No, like, so if somebody scored a goal, that's the way it is. Like, I'm not gutted that they've scored, and even though he went and celebrated, I didn't care. It didn't bother me one little bit. It is what it is. But obviously he scored in the first half and it was 1-1 at half time, so I've got in the changing room and a couple of lads have come straight over and gone, Fozzie, he celebrated in front of your GoPro, he's well out of order, he's bang out of order, he's this, that. And I'm just kind of going, yeah, oh, this is going to look... I'm thinking of the title.
He's a YouTuber
He's got
now.
the thumbnail sorted.
He's a YouTuber. He's no longer a footballer. He's a YouTuber. I love it.
Like, genuinely, it didn't bother me whatsoever, because I know for a fact, like, players aren't going out and trying even harder to score past me just so they can celebrate. If they have, they need to like address their own like issues and whatever. But so for me, he had scored and he did what it was fine. It's not a problem for me whatsoever, kind of thing. But, no, it is what it is. As long as it doesn't become the main story, I'm happy with it.
Yeah. Football first, and then
exactly. Yeah.
Did he score their second as well?
Yes, he did.
But he didn't.
No,
didn't
he didn't
celebrate
at that
again.
time. It'd been on 2 million views.
Damn it!
You surprised me, because I don't know if you was in here actually when Ben said this at the start. So for anyone out there that thinks, oh, he's a footballer, he gets given this content, like he just films a game, whatever the negative may be, you make your own thumbnails, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I love the thumbnails. I love making the thumbnails.
Does that surprise you?
I had no idea. Yeah.
So right, basically, me and my mate, like, it's like you two. We just wing it. Yeah, we literally have winged it from day one, kind of thing, and we're just going.
That's a bit of an insult. Yeah.
He's
it's like
assuming
you two,
we're
you just wing it. Yeah.
Still don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just doing it off the cuff, kind of thing. So I found Canva. And I realised I kind of started watching loads of YouTube tutorials on how to do Canva and like how to make stuff look a certain way, kind of thing. And then I just got hooked by it. So every original thumbnail we had for all the videos, probably up to about 6 weeks ago, I have changed. And then I changed them again. And then my mate rang me up and went, stop changing the thumbnail. It affects the algorithm. The bloody search of is getting all changed. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. And then I've read about it and it might actually change the algorithm.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So now I've settled on a set way of doing.
You've got your style.
I've got my style. But I buzz off doing it. So we played a game last night, and literally after the game, I had already got my thumbnail ready, done, good to go.
That's so
I
good.
love it, mate. I absolutely buzz off it. It's wicked.
I love it.
I do the titles. The editing though, the actual match footage and the putting the video together, I've tried, and I'm not that skilled. I'm not good enough to do it. Like, I'm not built that way to be able to put that video together.
Mate, I love it.
I know.
I love it.
I love it as well.
How far do you want to take it?
I don't know. Like, I think like I've never thought of doing a podcast. Like, but coming here and meeting you guys, and honestly, you guys are wicked. Seriously, like considering you're just two normal blokes from like Bezzy mates and stuff, and you started doing.
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah.
but like your class, honestly, and like a podcast or something, maybe in the future. I don't know, not now because I'm just too busy with doing stuff and that. But
I think a Ben Foster podcast would be class.
Like that maybe, and then like with all the sort of context I've got within like cycling and within football and all the other sports and stuff like that. Because I think the beauty of football is it's got such a massive audience of all other sports and all other aspects and stuff that I can bring into it. So even if I'm going out on a bike ride with a famous cricket player or a famous rugby player and we're doing this, but out on the bike almost, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that kind of stuff, and there's a load of other stuff and ideas we've got, and but I think it will grow legs and keep going.
Oh mate, 100%. So much potential. 'Cause as I say, it's footballers and again, like not bad mouthing them at all. Like even like Declan Rice, who everybody knows I fucking love. We invited him on and he said he'd love to come on, but the club would water it down. You don't have any of that. You've been so open and like your stories are class. So I think people would absolutely love to see a podcast.
No, it's good. I'm fully enjoying it, honestly.
Yeah, you can tell but it's not like you're just jumping on it for like some ad revenue or something like that. You can tell like the passion for it. So definitely do it, mate. What do you think of YouTube on the whole? YouTubers, do you watch many YouTubers?
I do. I've gotten fully into it, honestly. Like I buzz off all of this kind of stuff.
Name me some.
Oh God. No, like, yeah. So like the ones on YouTube I follow. So obviously like follow the Sidemen. My son loves his game, and so he's on my account anyway. So he follows a lot of the gaming accounts like FIFA Ultimate Team, all that kind of stuff. You had a couple of them that I know. Oh my God, you absolutely killed me here. Name me a YouTube. I watch a lot of cycling stuff. So GCN obviously is a massive one for me. It's like they're the biggest cycling kind of YouTube channel kind of thing.
Right.
But I definitely have gotten into learning about the world of it because, like you said, we were talking about earlier, like the amount of beef that like YouTube's are. And I see it going on. I think it's so pathetic. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But like, there's a market for everything. Like, no matter what it is, whatever it is you're into, it's on YouTube, and you can find something that you'll be interested in. I think that's the beauty of YouTube. But it is a good audience as well. I love the audience of YouTube. I got to say that. Like I said, I've been on Twitter, I've been on Instagram all my life and stuff, and some of the crap you get off them is just horrible.
Yeah, Twitter's the worst. Twitter's a green and brown for
sure. Yeah,
yeah.
It's a cesspit kind of thing. But YouTube, I've got to say, the reception I get, only me personally, sort of thing. If I want to feel good, I'll go through the comments in my video.
Yeah,
lovely, honestly.
Yeah, it's great.
Honestly, I think the YouTube world, if you're putting out good content for people, they genuinely do appreciate it.
Yeah, 100%.
He came over and he's gone, "This is your moment. This is your moment." I remember feeling all like warm and glowy, like I was buzzing.